So I got to just meet some NFL former players and coaches, and one of them was Jim Zorn, who was former quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks and former head coach of the Washington football team. And so I asked him, I said, so what was the thought process behind the swinging ladder play in 2000? I believe it was 2009 against the Giants. And he was surprised, but he's like, "Oh, you got to bring that one up because it's considered one of the more bad coaching decisions by himself and within the NFL." Essentially, they call the trick play, where it was just the center snapping the ball to quarterback, and the offensive line and all the wide receivers lined up on the opposite side of the field. You may have seen something similar to that run by the Colts against the Patriots a few years ago, and then also more recently in the playoffs between the Cowboys and the 49ers. Anyway, so I asked him, what was the thought process behind that play? And so he explains to me that when, in football, there's certain situations when you can run special teams plays. And the special teams coordinator, Dan Smith, who we mentioned coaches on the Steelers now, he said, "Hey, we can run this play now." I think the Giants were up like 24-0 at that point, and it's a couple seconds before going into half. So they say, "We can run this play." So they go out, line up to go do it, but Tom Coughlin calls timeout, and they're gonna call a different play, and Dan Smith says, No, they didn't see it, so we can call it again. So he's like, okay. So they run the guys out there, and then sure enough, they throw an interception, and they ended up losing that game. So the gist of the explanation comes from that special teams coordinator Dan Smith Dan Smith basically said the Giants didn't see what they were calling, and that it was okay to run the play again. I mean, I don't know if I exactly buy that, but hey, what do I know? I'm not head coach.